We bring greetings of peace, of love, and of blessings. This is the Queen Mother Kradin, and it is such an honor to spend this time with you as we go through the weekly update. No matter where you may be in this world, we would like to say good morning to some of you, a blessed afternoon to some, and to many of you, have a beautiful night and evening. We are going to take just a moment to go through our weekly update. And we would like to talk about the case series. As you all may know, case series is our president of the K Children Education Project. And Lady Be Blessed is the director, and I am the sponsor of that particular project. And I would like to say that we are not a business that is upon Facebook, that it is a true business that we advertise on Facebook. We have made great headway and helping our children to gain a better education. And we ask each of you to please reach out in your heart and get involved. Let me say for just a moment that the K series it is a non-religion, non-governmental, non-politician project to help our children gain an education. What we are in the process of doing right now, we are getting school books, we are getting pencils, we are getting ink pens, we are getting uniforms, things that is going to be important and helping our children to gain a better education. Because education it is indeed the key to our children being capable of not only getting better jobs, but being able to take pride in themselves, in their community, and in the things surrounding them. So we ask each of you to please get involved and make a difference. As I speak to you, the president of the K series is going through the villages, and he is seeing the need there. And I wanted to say this. I greatly respect him highly for that. And the reason I can say that I have so much respect for him as to do that is because so many times we sit at home and we judge the matter. But it makes a greater impact from your heart when you can get out, you can get among these children, you can see the suffering. Many people say education don't make a difference, but it does. And there's no way that you could say that if you have not been involved. When you see the difference between a child that has not been educated and that child is now an adept, or when you see the difference between a child that was educated, there is a word of a difference. I know personally there is a word of a difference. Not only that, but there is a word of opportunities that opens up to the child that can read. Because the children that are in school today, those are the very children that are going to grow up and run our nation later on, even after we are long gone. Our children are the only future that we have. Outside of our children, we absolutely have no future at all. So that is why what we are trying to do at the Case Series it is so important. And we are very thankful to announce that we have managers now for South Africa and for Uganda. And we are so blessed to have you aboard. And we know that you're going to do a wonderful job because you are wonderful people. We are so grateful for the managers that we already have and for the new ones that are coming aboard. I want you to take a serious consideration of what we are doing and what we are saying and the difference we are trying to make, not just in the lives of children that are in one country, but all over the world. All over this world, there is children that are waiting for you and I to give them a future, to give them a brighter future. Because after we are gone, our children are going to have a future. But if we don't educate them, you have to ask yourself, what kind of future will they have? Will the future be bright? Will the future be wonderful? Will the future be our future leaders? I would say this again and again. I heard many people make statements, and they have said things like, when the slaves came over, it was so sad because many of the slaves could not read or write. And they used that as an excuse to say, that is the reason why the slaves was abused so bad. And that is the reason why the slaves had to accept anything that was given to them, because they could not read or write. Well, if you know that to be true about your ancestors, then you should know it to be true about our children today. That if we don't give them a proper education, they will not be able to function well. They would have to accept anything that is given to them, any religion or anything that is given to them. They would have to accept it. That is what happened to our peoples that cannot read themselves. So each one of us should get involved, and we should see this as extremely important. I can say from the bottom of my heart that I greatly appreciate the dedication of our President, K. Series, and our Director, Lady Bless. I am not just saying this because it is words. From my heart, I am grateful for people like that because they want to make a difference in the lives of children. Lady B always tell me, we communicate a lot, but she always tell me in each section that we talk in and that we communicate with each other, she always said to me, she said, Queen Mother, I only want to give the children a book. I only want to give them a school building to go to. I only want to give them paper to write upon. And I only want to give them a pencil to use. I agree with her. I just want to give the children a fighting chance. For many of us, we must see this as the most valuable things in the world. That we are giving our children something to believe in. We are giving them hope, something that is strong and something that is solid. Because we are teaching them how valuable they are by investing in them. I'm going to say that again. You cannot tell your child that your child is valuable if you're not willing to invest in your child. In order for our children to feel valuable, or in order for them to feel loved, we must invest in them. So I implore each of you to please get involved. Get involved, because we are doing this on a global scale. So all of your support and your prayers is greatly appreciated. Also, the demand was so great. We had so many phone calls, so many letters, and so many emails until we had no choice but to set a deadline. Of course, the deadline has come and gone, but it is not too late for your school to get on the waiting list. We get all kinds of calls and letters from teachers, from schools, from government officials that is saying, we think your program is great. Please help us. With that being said, we employ each of you to think about how serious this is. So what we had to do, we had to set a deadline. So the deadline was set for November the 1st of 2013. So that means if you did not have your request honored or put into the database for the K-Service Educational Children Project, that means you have to wait for 2014 and then you get on the waiting list. And the waiting list will be called for your turn in 2015. I'm saying that so you can realize and understand how great of an issue and problem it is to have that many schools that are waiting in line for us to help them. Tells me that we have a global problem, and it is not just in Africa. In America, they have a 51% dropout rate. Asia, Africa, all over the world, that is a severe problem. And the problem is, our children's future is not being secured. So, and I hate to say this, but sometimes we will prefer to go and pay $200 and $300 for a pair of gym shoes than to put that into the education of our children. We go and purchase Gucci bags when our children can't even spell Gucci. There is nothing wrong with enjoying life, but the first rule of thumb in this life is that we must invest in something that is going to better our children for their betterment. And then later on, some of those luxuries of life can come, but they would come when our children are educated, they are well rounded, and they are ready, and their minds are strong. So I ask each of you to please pray for us and our endeavorment as we go forth in love and as we build the next generation of people and children with hopes. You know, a lot of people's fuss, and I've seen a lot of times people say they don't like the politics that is in Nigeria. They don't like the politics that is in America. What if you don't like it? Then now you have a chance to shape the future politics to be better. You can shape the future kings. You can shape the future queens. You can shape the future queen mothers. You can shape the future presidents. You can shape the future leaders. How do you do that? By getting up and investing in the future of our children. If you do it today, then you will reshape the future later on for tomorrow. I appreciate your time. I love spending time with each of you because we do this out of love. Even the weekly updates is out of love from our hearts because I love peoples. I love peoples with all my heart. And I work on many projects. And each one that I do it out of love. I do it out of concern. I thank each of you. I thank you for your time. Peace, love, and blessings.